and Gervonta Tank Davis have a cold face-to-face meeting finally after all the back and forth. What's your thoughts on this?
What happens when two of the most powerful forces in modern boxing finally face off face-to-face? Floyd Mayweather, the undefeated defensive genius, and Gervonta Tank Davis, the explosive knockout artist, have clashed over the years, behind the scenes and in the public eye. Their relationship has been a roller coaster filled with tension, respect, and competition. But after all the back and forth, we finally saw them meet face to face. And let's just say, it didn't end without fireworks. The question is, who really has the upper hand? Is Floyd still the greatest of all time, or has Tank emerged as the new king of the ring? Floyd Mayweather is often regarded as the greatest defensive boxer ever. His mastery of the ring, ability to avoid punches, and impeccable counterpunching made him nearly untouchable. But here comes Tank Davis, who's known for doing the opposite, explosive, aggressive, and capable of ending a fight with a single punch. As Tank's stock rises, so does the debate. Could Tank's raw power overpower Floyd's legendary defense? It's a showdown of style versus substance, and both fighters believe they have the edge. Floyd's impeccable defense was his calling card. He didn't need to knock out opponents to win. His style was based on outsmarting them, making them miss, and landing punches at will. Tank, on the other hand, is a knockout artist. He doesn't care about a unanimous decision. His goal is to end the fight in the most devastating way possible. The contrast between these two fighters is what has made the debate so intense. The tension between Floyd and Tank didn't happen overnight. Their mentor-protege relationship had its ups and downs from the very start. Floyd brought Tank into the spotlight, but as Tank's success grew, so did his desire to step out from Floyd's shadow. Tank has spoken openly about how he felt trapped, especially during times when Floyd put him in situations he wasn't ready for. The Pedraza fight, in particular, is a key example. Floyd's ultimatum? Fight Pedraza or sit on the shelf. Tank wasn't ready, financially struggling, but he fought anyway and won. But this wasn't just about a fight. Tank was dealing with a lot more than just training. Camp. At the time, he was living paycheck to paycheck, barely making enough to survive. Financially, he was struggling, dealing with an eviction, and even having to sell his jewelry to make ends meet. This was the reality that Tank had to face before becoming the world champion we see today. And yet, despite all the pressure, Tank came through, winning the title and proving that he was more than just a prospect. Fast forward to today, and Tank is no longer playing second fiddle. He's confident, cocky even, and boldly claims his skill set surpasses Floyd's. "I'm the best now," Tank says, no longer idolizing Floyd. And fans are torn. Is Tank truly the future, or is he underestimating the very thing that made Mayweather great? After all, Floyd has been called the best of all time by many, and Tank's decision to challenge that is making waves. His statement sparked fierce debates. Could Tank be the one to dethrone Floyd's legacy? Tank isn't shy about his beliefs. He believes he's the best in the world, and he's not afraid to call out anyone, even Floyd. But there's also a deep level of respect. Tank knows that Floyd is a once-in-a-generation talent. But at the same time, he believes it's his time now, and he's ready to carry the torch. Despite their tensions, Tank has never denied the impact Floyd had on his career. His respect for Mayweather's skill is evident in every interview. But let's face it, Tank is now carving his own path. He's grateful for what Floyd has done, but he knows it's his time to shine. And this fantasy matchup between the two? Tank says he wouldn't want to fight Floyd in his prime out of respect. But make no mistake, Tank's confidence is unwavering, and he believes his skills are good enough to challenge anyone. Floyd's defensive brilliance is something Tank respects, but Tank doesn't want to just be a copy of Mayweather. He wants to be Tank Davis, the knockout artist, the undefeated champion, the future of boxing. Now, imagine Floyd and Tank in their primes, facing off in the ring. Mayweather with his defensive brilliance, using movement and ring IQ to control the pace. Tank, relentless and explosive, waiting for the perfect moment to land that knockout punch. It's a fight between precision and power, skill versus aggression. Could Tank's power ever crack Floyd's defense? That's the million-dollar question, and fans are still debating it. Floyd's ability to avoid punches was what made him untouchable for so many years. His movement, his ability to adjust mid-fight, and his counterpunching made him nearly impossible to hit clean. Tank, however, has one thing that could change the entire dynamic, a punch that can end the fight in an instant. His ability to hurt opponents with just one shot is something Floyd never had to deal with in his career. Would Floyd's defense be enough to survive Tank's power, or could Tank land that game-changing punch? It's the ultimate fight fans wish they could see. As Tank's star continues to rise, so does the strain on his relationship with Floyd. Floyd's ego has often been cited as a roadblock to Tank's success, with some arguing that Mayweather's desire to remain the biggest name in boxing might be limiting his protege's potential. Bill Haney, trainer of Devin Haney, has openly criticized Floyd's control over Tank's career. Is it about mentorship, or is it about power? The more Tank rises, the more we see the complex dynamics between the two. Floyd has been the face of boxing for over 2 decades, and his competitive nature means he doesn't want anyone to take his spot. But for Tank, it's not just about taking the spot, it's about creating his own legacy. Tank isn't trying to be Floyd, he's trying to be the best version of himself. Floyd's influence on Tank is undeniable. He taught him how to move in the ring, how to avoid punches, and how to think 2 steps ahead of his opponents. Tank has credited Floyd with shaping him into the fighter he is today. But as Tank continues to win and earn more accolades, the question becomes, how long will Tank stay under Floyd's shadow? Is it time for Tank to step out and create his own path? Some critics argue that Floyd's ego prevents him from fully supporting Tank's rise. Others, like Tank's trainer Calvin Ford, have said that Floyd needs to take a step back and let Tank continue his journey. But as Tank reaches new heights, will Floyd be able to let go of the reins, or will he continue to hold on, even if it means slowing Tank's progress? The next generation of boxing is here. Tank's not just a rising star, he's now one of boxing's top earners, with big fights ahead. Ryan Garcia, Shocker Stevenson, Devin Haney, all are in his sights. But can he break free from Floyd's shadow? Calvin Ford, Tank's trainer, says it best, Tank is Tank, and Floyd is Floyd. Tank needs to step into his own greatness, and the world is watching. It's a new era of boxing, and Tank Davis is at the forefront. But the question remains, can he truly surpass Floyd? Or will he always be measured against Mayweather's greatness? Either way, Tank's future in boxing is incredibly bright, and he's determined to make sure the world knows his name. So, what does it all mean for Tank's future? Will he surpass Mayweather's legacy, or will the shadow of his former mentor loom over him forever? Drop a comment below. Do you think Tank can really break free and be the greatest, or is Mayweather's influence just too strong? Either way, one thing's for sure. The world of boxing is about to witness some history-making moments. The debate will continue for years to come, but one thing is certain, whether he's with Floyd or not, Gervonta Tank Davis is making a name for himself as one of the most exciting fighters in the sport today.